Good morning. I'm Gary, and I'm a joiner, carpenter, woodworker and maker of stuff. This is my workshop studio. It's like a second home. It's been my career for over 40 years, and I just want to share with you some of my tips, tricks and methods of my trade and how I work. It's mostly build-ins, bookcases, fitted alcoves and blah blah blah. Let's see what I'm making this week. Hi guys, thanks for joining us again. This week I'm going to make doors for the project. Same customer, same project. I thought I'd split the job up into 5 separate videos. This is the third video. Here's a wee reminder of what it is. I'm changing this wall from this to this. So what I normally use to do these, I've got a number of different sets. It's a Profile and Scribe cutters that fit into your tabletop router. Now that is the Scribe and that is the Profile. So I tend to use this one first, and I'll do the end of my rails and my stiles. So that's the end grain, and I do that first because often you do sometimes get a bit of breakout when you've run it through the end grain and it's broken out the end. Even though I'll use a push block, and the push block itself will actually get cut, so that helps the breakout, but still I always do that first so that it eliminates it. And then I'll do the profile. That's the profile, so you would set that also. So I've got another cutter here I sometimes use, and this is an all-in-one. This gets set by rising and falling. Rising and falling. Up and down. So you can set that in a router and that'll do the same principle. So, and I've got a couple of other types as well. Next video is going to be the fluted columns and my swirls that I turn on the lathe and the cornice. And also in that video I think I'll do a mock-up of it being fitted here in the workshop over there. So I'll set the whole thing up, put everything on it so that I can see if there's going to be a problem, and it lets me know how it's going to look. Sometimes I take a photograph of it at that point and I send it to the customer and tell them that's your unit almost ready to get fitted. And then I'll disassemble everything, put it in the back of the van and go to the customer's house. And also, this is a funny thing, I've noticed this over the years, that once you take on a customer, they can't wait for the job to get done. And they can't wait to see you, they can't wait for you to arrive, but as soon as you arrive, they can't wait to get you out of the house either. So, it's very strange, it's quite fascinating. So let's crack on with that. That's a weirdo guy. Doors now, very simple method of profile and scribe set. So that is the scribe, which does the ends. This is a paint finish, remember, so these are just in MDF, moisture resistant MDF. That's the scribe, which fits into the profile, which I've already got in the cutter just now, and I've just run it, it's still warm. The scribe and the profile. I've got another one which is in these, which is like a lamb's tongue, some folk call it. It's like that. Where have I got one? This is it. So this is like me just trialing it. That's an oak. So, and that's a lamb's tongue there. This is how I prefer to glue up these Scribe and Profile joints, because if you was to put the clamp underneath, sometimes you get the side rails twisted. So I'm not sure if you see that. We've put the camera here a wee bit. You can see it along that line. So that's twisted slightly there, you see. And you might not notice that. So I just offset my clamp a wee bit. And then I tighten it up a wee bit. The glue doesn't need to be spread in the joint, because when you put pressure on it just goes right through the whole joint. See this end is just a wee bit here. So I'll adjust that to here slightly, and it'll dry and set hard to that. No, that's it. Yeah, see. Nice. What you don't see in this video, and perhaps I should have showed it, is the edge of the green MDF gets a veneer covered, a real wood veneer, so that it can take a paint, because MDF edges don't like being painted. Check it for square. I can measure corner to corner. I can just get my tape measure in there, just right in the corner, and that's 5, 6, 8. 5, 6, 8. Nice. That's nice. Happy with that. If we do a side this in. And I'll do that after. Right folks, that's the doors together. They are made and they're hinged, and I've connected it up to the bead frame. The bead frame then gets connected to the carcass. So they're sitting a wee bit higgledy-piggledy, but when that goes in, it'll get squared up properly. So that's the left hand and that's the right hand. Let's go and have a look at the drawing. This is a doorway, double doors lead through into another room here. So the side panels to these I've drawn and another drawn here. So the actual side panel to this that's on the side of the unit also acts as a door stop to the door, so when the door closes it's going to hit the side. So the existing door stops will come off, and this side panel to the unit will go on, if you understand what I mean. So on the drawing, 1:1 plan view scale drawing, I've now got my size for my side panel, which is here, 330mm plus the thickness of the column. So now I'm going to wait to schema out and start running that machine up with the same sort of style as the doors that I've got over there. I always like to leave myself just that wee bit of margin of error, like here's the existing wall, here is the back of the unit, and here is a gap of about 5mm, which I need to have just in case the wall itself is off a plumb. I've already surveyed the wall, and the walls are quite good, but it just needs that little bump in the wall to knock a unit off. So I'm hoping that that's not the case, but if it is, I've got room to move, I've got room to adjust. And this column here will actually be fixed to the side panel here. Now this and this will be one part. This will come to the job. So when I'm assembling everything, it'll all go together like a jigsaw puzzle. I try to get in and out of the customer's house within a day and a half. First day arrive, get all your dust sheets down, get everything set up, start trickling in the material and start putting it together. So it's quite slow. It's like a horse that just sort of goes into a walk, into a trot and into a run as the job picks up. Okay folks, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, you're amazing. Please share and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of this. Share it on your Google Twit Face thing. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, the link is in the description below. Don't need to, but it's appreciated. I'll see you the next time. Bye for now. Swirl on my rosette, it sits on my column like so. So it just sits there. Of course, it doesn't just get glued onto there, I actually sink it in to the column. So I'll rebate that down, which I'll show you later on. Columns now attached to my side panels, so they're fixed. That and that is one piece.